Hello everybody and welcome to Happy Harvest. Now this is a fun little incremental game by Juice Store Studios where we are going to be planting our own farm, and it only gets crazier from there. So we're going to start off by planting one seed of lettuce, just one lettuce, and we're going to harvest our lettuce. It's actually on our to-do list here. And then we're going to turn on auto plant and auto harvest, as it says on our to-do list down here. So next we need to try and save up for 50 leaf tickets, at which point we will be able to unlock our first upgrade. So that is what I shall be doing. Also, this will allow me to tell the game what to auto harvest. So that little bowl there, whatever you put in there is what will auto harvest. So just for complete transparency would be the word. This is not where I want to be. I want to be in here. So in the menu, in achievements, you can see there's lots of achievements already gotten. Sadly, I recorded this and then had some terrible problems with audio. So on the plus side, I know what I'm doing. On the negative side, you don't get all of my initial reactions to it, but at least you get to see the game, and it's super fun. I really do like it. Okay, so one thing I would definitely say, look at this, 1, 2, 3, and then it goes 1, 2, 3. So what I really want to be doing, if I want to be making any money at any particular time, also bear in mind here, it's a 3 credit or ticket, I think they call them tickets, a 3 ticket profit on the lettuces there. So what I want to be doing here is, firstly, it doesn't know to add extra ones in, so but you know, I am faster generally, usually I'm a bit faster than the auto. So if you want to be slow and have this going on in the background like an idler, you absolutely can. If you want to be like me and furiously clicking, you can do that too. It looks like we've got our 50, so we can unlock. Oh, it's 500 for our first upgrade, is it? Okay. Oh no, here we are. 10% faster growth. We can unlock 10% faster growth. There we are. Lovely. So now the lettuces will grow faster. Now we need to get 400 leaf tickets to unlock the second row of lettuces. Let me just keep going with this. And actually, I fancy a sip of tea, so, you know, the computer can handle it for a second. Look. In the time that it took me to sip my tea, it had replanted everything, but I'm still faster. So what are we at now? It's 86. Oh, nice. 115. Keep on going. Keep on going. So one thing that I have noted about this game, and one thing that I don't know if it will ever get rebalanced or not, I don't really feel that the 100 for the 10% faster growth and the 100 for the 10% more valuable are particularly great, because I kind of feel like you're better off just saving for the next thing. I don't know, maybe it would be good. I've got 100, but the problem is that I need to save like 400 for the next row, which would give me double the profit. I would double my profit, not just 10% extra profit. It would double it for 400. But they're asking me for 100 just to add 10%. Do I do it? Yeah, go on then. So 10% more valuable. What's that then? So 14. So you get 1 extra per for that. And it's like, are you just better off just saving up for the next thing? We started in summer. And bear in mind here that there is a 50% increase in tomato or corn for the summer. So there are vegetables that are more profitable in certain seasons. You might not notice that straight off if you haven't played it for a while. Quite often it takes a... Again, that's one of the benefits of having already played through it. Is that I can tell you these things early on, but you wouldn't probably notice that until a little bit later in the game. You'd be like, what? You'd hover over it at some point and go, what? 50% extra on tomato and corn prices? But it's a fun thing about the game that you can sort of manipulate what you plant based on what the season is. And how do you change season, you ask? Well, I'll show you that later. How are we going? This is probably going to be one of the slowest bits of the game, honestly. Now, I need 400, but I also need enough to be able to replant. So I would say I want to make it 400 plus having a full bed of crops. What are we now? 6 minutes in. Okay. We're nearly there. We're nearly there, folks. All right. Unlock row. I said that I wasn't going to do that, but I did it anyway. So you need to harvest about 3 lettuces to be able to plant an extra one. I know, I'm impatient, aren't I? All right, let's have some more tea. Before things get too horribly frantic. There we are, stick another one in there. Okay, we filled the first row up. Fill the second row. Why not fill the second row? We're getting towards filling the second row. The more we have, the more profit we make, obviously. We're making 4 profit per lettuce now. And we're looking to make ourselves 500. And once we make ourselves 500... Once we've made ourselves 500, we can get our next upgrade. Uh, 500 means basically planting and harvesting like 100 lettuces. Maybe a bit more than that, 120 or something like that. But yeah, 100 would be 400 profit. Whereas 100 would be 500 profit if I'd spent the 100 on upgrading. I'm sure you can math that out. Some of you will be able to. Some of you will know how. And will know whether doing the upgrades was better overall. I feel like there's not much in it, really. It's like by the time you've spent the money to get the upgrade. But it's all about how to get to the highest possible vegetable as fast as you can, really, isn't it, this? Okay, so we have 400 now. Nearly got 500. Let's keep going. So that's happening a little faster now. All right, we have blueberries. So a blueberry plants for 30 and harvests for 39. I'm going to tell the auto to change to blueberries as well. Because then we can make a little bit of extra profit per... They are a bit slower though. A little bit of extra profit per bed. I found that usually going from one to another, I did a bit of testing when I played before, and it was usually about 2/3 of the a lettuce takes about 2/3 of the time of a blueberry, and then whatever's next takes about 2/3 of the time. So you're adding like about a third on. So yeah, a lettuce would have been done there. Oh, nearly there. Nearly got the whole thing planted in. Yes, 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 yes. Come on. There we are. 10 planted. Now we need to get to 1,500 leaf tickets. Good grief. So now we've moved on from lettuces, you see. And this is why I was like, oh, do I really want to be spending all this money on lettuces? Because, ugh. But now I'd have to spend 600 just to get 10% faster growth, or 1,200 just to get 1,200 just to get 10% more valuable when the next one up is only 2,000. Just doesn't seem like right, does it? It seems like these should be bigger, larger amounts of money, or they should be, or these should be cheaper or something. I don't know. And then little blueberries, give me some nice. Ah, yeah, we're starting to get some good profit though. Profit is coming through loud and clear. It's trying to tell me to upgrade everything, and I'm like, no. Well, there are some things I'd love to test with the upgrades. They might be better to test with lettuces. So we made it 10% more valuable, and it went from 13 to 14. So then if it was 10% more valuable again, it would be 1.4. It'd keep adding 1 for a while, wouldn't it? And it being 1 more valuable, 1 more profit, just doesn't seem that worth it. Although it's, technically speaking, if it's 10% more sale value, you would be getting, going from 3 to 4 is like an extra 25% profit or something, isn't it? Oh, I'm terrible with percentages. I'm probably wrong on that, but 25% like added on top. And I think to know exactly what you're doing on this, you kind of do need to be a little bit better at percentages and mathematics than I am. But what I would say is I don't believe that it makes it that much faster to get all the upgrades. I believe that it's the best thing you can do for yourself is to unlock more rows, especially row 2, because obviously row 2 is doubling your profit. And then row 3 will add an extra 50% on. So that's a bit of a diminishing return as well in a way, percentage-wise. Obviously, every row adds the same amount extra. Maths is tricky sometimes, isn't it? Yes, it is. But you know what? You don't have to care about it. You can sit there trying to efficiency around it, or you can just chill and play the game, which is what I'm going to do. But it's sometimes nice to have, you know, a little news about what might be the best way. And you can let me know in the comments what you think is the best way. You can, if anyone wants to sit and crack all the maths and be way more sweaty about this than me, then be my guest, and I would love to know what you think. I would love to know if you have any like conclusive sort of, you can sit there and go, well, that's a mutually exclusive percentage of blah 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 blah. Okay, so we've unlocked row 3, but what I'd actually like to do is unlock tomatoes. You know what, let's do it the way the to-do list says for now. It will give us an extra bit of profit, but obviously I know what's coming up next, and I know that the thing that's coming up next is in season. But as soon as we get to it, then that will shoot this game along really a lot faster, because that 50% extra really makes a difference. suppose that means that when we do get to upgrade to it, we'll have 3 rows worth as well, which is quite nice. So we're now saving up for 2,000 for our next upgrade. I do feel like a little bit of like prior knowledge does help with this. And to be honest, any extra rounds we're going to be doing of this, and this is kind of a round-based game, will have, like, once I've gone through all of these things, like once I planted a tomato, because that's the next thing, as you can tell by the to-do list, actually. Once you've planted a tomato, which is in season, then the to-do list won't ask you to do it again. So you can then do things in the order you think is the best. It seems to think that unlocking rows is the best thing first, and then planting, which actually may be the most efficient. But then again, it's maybe not factoring in that you get a bonus, so it may not be as well. What are we on? 7:33. Oh, actually, while I've been chuntering away, it's not been too bad, has it? Okay, 1.1k. Good. Getting there. If I sell all the blueberries, can I start on tomatoes? Not quite yet. I'll plant one more field. Because it's 9 times 5. So 45 per field. 90, 135 profit per round. So we're still quite low. Quite a low profit. And like I say, I do feel in the case, if you're about to unlock a row versus unlocking a seasonal produce, you'd be better off unlocking the seasonal produce. That's my take on it, I think. So I don't feel I should have done it the way around that it's saying on the to-do list. However, I always worry when it's like tutorial things that I'm gonna like miss out on something. So you've only just got enough to have that extra 10%. And on 39, that 10% would add like an extra 4 per blueberry. Which is nice, but... because it adds 10% to the whole price of the thing rather than just 10% to the profit. So the bigger... the more the thing costs to start with, the more extra profit you get with the 10%. So the more expensive fruits and vegetables, it is more worth it, but then they do start to charge a lot more. So it's still a bit of a weird balancing act. And I'm still not sure how much time it actually saves you. My way of playing is without using those upgrades, but it might make a small difference. I'm not sure. Aha. Change this over to tomatoes. Don't have much money for new tomatoes to be planted, but as soon as they start, 195, see? So we've gone from 9 profit to 95 profit, all in one little go. So it's a big thing getting to tomatoes in that first summer. And I have worked out that the next one along, which is eggplant, you can see here, the profit margin on that, because of the extra 50% you get on the tomatoes for it being summer, you may as well keep with tomatoes, because the profit margin on eggplants, I'll show you in a second so you can see the maths yourself, but 95 profit, and you're so much, they grow faster, they grow like 2/3, you know, they take 2/3 of the time an eggplant does as a tomato does. So like it's probably just worth sticking with them until you get to the next one along. I don't know if we'll be able to get through this much faster because I know what I'm doing. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think about the upgrades. So unlock growth 4. I'm quite happy to do that because obviously 4 rows of tomatoes is going to get me up there a lot faster. So just going to keep putting those in, putting those in, putting those in. The thing with these upgrades as well is that, well, actually I won't say that because it's a little bit spoilery. That's the one thing with, you know what you're doing better if you've played it, but you also worry about spoiling things for the audience. So I don't want to do that. There's lots of cool things that come up in this game, which is why I really want to show it to you. Is why, you know, the fact that I would re-record, I wouldn't just sort of leave it and be like, nah. Oh, one thing I did forget to say at the beginning is thank you very much for Juice Store Studios giving me the key to this, because I will put that in my description as well, but they gave me the full key. So there is a demo there as well, but you can buy. It's not very much money, this one. It's only £4 for this game. It's obviously been created as just a little time waster, price of a coffee kind of game. And I love to show games like that because not everybody has, you know, the budget for AAAs all the time. And sometimes that's not what you want. If you're just on your lunch break wanting to do a little something, you might not have time to get your head into a big, like, RPG or something. Just want something like this. What are we on? 9.7k. Okay. Unlock eggplant then. But I'm not going to plant any eggplants. I will plant 1 eggplant, and that'll just be to show you the profit margin. So 350. Grows much slower. And sells for 455. So the profit on that is 135. It might be, when you take into account the sorry, it was 455. So it was 105, wasn't it? Yeah. So when you take into account the slower growth, 95 versus 105, you're actually very, very slightly better off sticking with your tomatoes, which is what I'm going to do. And that tends to be always the case with the seasonal variations, seasonal bonuses. If you've got a seasonal bonus on something, you're probably better off sticking with it until the next one along. So we're trying to now save up for 25,000 tickets. Which actually, we're already at 8k, so it shouldn't take too long, in order to unlock row 5 for ourselves. I'm still going to stick with the to-do list, though, as much as I can. Gosh. So we are at 14k. That's not too bad. Final row unlocked. I'm just going to plant in a load of tomatoes, and then I'm going to have a little sip of tea. Let the thing take over. Not sure why it's still doing eggplants up there. I mean, I've told it that it needs to plant tomatoes on auto. That's weird. All right, let's grab them all. Oh, no, I've been planting them by accident. That's probably my fault, isn't it? Oops. Not the end of the world. Absolutely not the end of the world. Okay, so that's us on 20k now. I'm gonna have to save up all over again. See, I feel like maybe for the tomatoes, I mean, it's 2,400. Sorry, 4,800 for 10% more valuable. Maybe. I just never quite know on those whether they're worth it at the moment. I feel like there's another use case for them later on, and I'll let you know what that use case is once we get to that part of the game. A much, much better use case for it. Particularly for the faster growth. Hurrah! 25,000, let's unlock row 5. So now we can make more. So, this little thing's popped up. What is it? Reset your farm and start fresh, but gain 1 prestige gem. You'll keep your prestige bonuses forever. Right, for now, we're not going to do that because it's wanting us to unlock carrots and things like that. It wants us to prestige for the first time after we get 100,000 tokens. So I'm going to do it in the order that it wants me to do it. Maybe we'll get more points if we get to 100,000. I'm not sure. But at the moment, we're worth 1 prestige point. And we're trying to save up another 32,000 to unlock carrots. Carrots, I think, will then be enough of a upgrade to make it worthwhile. Coming off planting tomatoes. Yeah, tomatoes. If we've got 5 rows of 5, and each one, I'm going to say each one is a profit of 100. It's not, but say it is. So we'd have 500 profit per row. So it'd be 2,500 profit per harvest of a field. So we need to harvest the field like 10 times, the whole field, 10 times. Get 25,000. I think I'm right on that. Yeah, I think I am. 500 times 500. It does take a minute, but, you know, not that long, because it takes a few 10 seconds or something to go through the whole thing. And we're at about half an hour in now. And we're halfway through the total amount of plants that we have. So if you have a look here, you can see that there are 8 types of plants that you can plant in this game. $16,000 now, so we're halfway to the carrots. Definitely need to do some more. So I'm just going to have a little sip of my tea again. again with tomatoes. 4,800. It's 32,000. So it's starting to get more better, more worth it to make them more valuable. And because of their 50% bonus they've got already, that stacks. So I actually do feel like it might make it quicker for us to make things plus 20% more valuable. Let's see what they sell for now. 234. So I do feel like with the seasonal growth ones, it might be worth putting that in. We've gone from 195 to 234. So we've added 40 extra per tomato. But then obviously we've lost all the progress we made. We were up to like, you know, 16, 17,000, something like that. So still jury's out on whether that makes it faster to get to carrots. But I thought I'd do it just so you could see what the kind of difference was. Not impressed by it necessarily. Yeah, as soon as we can, we'll unlock. It's definitely not worth doing eggplants now. I think because we're on the seasonal ones, it might be worth upgrading them just because you're stuck with them for so much longer. Because you're stuck with them for 2 tiers worth of time as well. So there's more strategy to this than you might think. But also, there's no need to use the strategy if you don't want to. Just make things faster. Okay, we're nearly at 22k now. I'm gonna sell all the tomatoes before I plant more. And just see if we can get to carrots yet. No, I'm going to plant one more full field of tomatoes then. And sell them and see how we do. Because they are quite fun. By the time you've planted 5 fields, like most of the tomatoes are done. It's kind of cool. Alright, what are we at now? 31.8. Okay, I want one more field of tomatoes just because carrots are slow. And I want to make sure I can plant as many of them as possible. They're slow and they're also expensive to plant. Alright, I think we're good for it now. See what I mean? Plant some tomatoes in with the carrots. I'm going to change this over to carrot though. There we are. Check season bonuses. That's something we did earlier. Earn a prestige gem. How much? Still 1 prestige gem though. Can't do too many carrots yet, so I'm just filling it in with tomatoes to make any profit I can off the space. We'll try and get it all carrots. You can plant 10 tomatoes for like the price of a couple of carrots though, so. Make sure that the spaces are filled. At the moment, because we're trying to fill up the carrots, and they are 1.6 versus 1,200, so you get 400 profit off each carrot. which actually is quite good at that point. Obviously the tomatoes are only like 100 or so. But they do take about twice as long as a tomato, so I think when you get to carrots, it is just about good. Sadly, we won't really get to corn because our next thing, we've now got to prestige once we get to 100,000. So that'll be just before we get to corn. It's going to consider it right for us to prestige up. Which means we'll never get to the second bonus, at least this time round anyway. Okay, we're getting there now. Made enough money to fill the field up with carrots. Get these tomatoes out. Pop another couple of carrots in. So now with 400 profit per carrot, so 400 times 5 would be 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 now per field. So 100,000 again is 10. It tends to be like 10 fields worth of stuff each time. Now, if I wasn't doing the to-do list, I'm not sure whether I would just prestige before the carrot stage. Probably would in this first round. And then once I've got some bonuses and stuff, I would get all the way up to the carrot level. I think you can do them out of order if you want to. I'm just a bit of a stickler for doing things as the tutorial says. Okay, we're at a better space now. We're in a way better place. Making lots of money. Still just one prestige gem. Sucks. We're trying to earn 100,000. I'm not sure if 100,000 is where you get a second prestige gem or something. Whether you still get one at that point. To be honest, the prestige system's a bit of a mystery to me as to when it actually all pops up. I'm not sure whether it's based on money or how many plots you've got open or what. Here, 70,000. Okay, it won't take too long. Bear with me just a minute and then we can do something interesting. Stupid carrots. Just going to try and work out, like, if I sell all the carrots on the field, are we going to be closer to 80,000 now? Yeah. I reckon 2 more fields worth and we'll have it. So, more tea for me. Generally, by the time I've planted a field and had a cup of tea, had a sip of tea, it's kind of time to harvest. Yeah, it's 90. So that'd be 1.6. I might plant a couple of rows. No, let's do a whole field. Doesn't take that much longer to do a whole field than a couple of rows, does it? Then we'll definitely have it. When this ripens, we'll definitely have 100,000. And then we can prestige up. Now, you might want to say ascending, but it's prestiging, okay? That might be a clue. I don't know if that's a bit spoilery or not. But prestiging is not ascending. All right, so what we don't want to plant anymore, I don't think. I think I want to just... I think I maybe planted when I shouldn't have done there, actually. It will be over 100,000 now. Because I kind of spaced out a bit there. Went that far over, actually. All right, so prestige for the first time. Oh, yes, we did get 2 gems. So getting 100,000, it must be tied to the money then. All right, so we get 2 prestige gems. You'll keep your prestige bonuses forever. You will. You will. We're in autumn now. And in autumn, you get 50% on blueberries and eggplants. There's a few things you can do here. This is our, but I'm going to see what it's, spend your first prestige gem. Okay. Seeing as I got 2, if I just had 1, I would put it into prosperity and we'd get 50% per level on all of our leaf tickets. But we have 2. So what I'm kind of thinking is that we're going to unlock the research lab. There's all sorts of tasty, lovely prestige things that you can get. But I'm going to go with the research lab. And you can see here, you can make all crops 10% planted to cheaper to plant. And this is all based on extracts that you can get. So all crops, that means all these different crops will be cheaper. And it kind of does spoil a little bit that the next one is corn. We knew that, but then we've got dragon fruit and crystal extract. I mean, since the game is showing it to us at this point, I see no reason to hide it from you any longer. So, you know, you get 5% on crop values, things like that. So it's worthwhile just going through at least getting 10% on everything. And I believe when you prestige, I would need to remember this, but I think you lose all your essences, but you keep your bonuses. I think that's how it works. So I'll keep an eye on that just to remind myself if that's true or not, but I'm pretty sure that it is. So, right, let's get in here and start actually properly doing things. And I'll take you through, I'll get some lettuces going and then I've got auto on. So while that just gets towards its 500, I'm just going to take you through the prestige. So we've got prosperity. So all the leaf tickets are plus 50% per level. So the sell price on all the crops is 50% more. So lettuces will go from something like 13 up to 19, for example. So it's on the full sell price, which is amazing. Head start with 1,000 leaf tickets. So you can start yourself off already having 1,000 tickets in the bank. Okay. Growth catalyst. All crops grow 20% faster per level, which does what it says on the tin. You can basically spend enough points to keep all of your rows unlocked even after prestiging. And then also you've got these ones for automation speed, 50% per level, and idle farming for offline earnings increased. Now, later on, these are a little bit better. And also, if you are someone that is going to just go offline, I would definitely go into idle farming. For me, I'm really active with this game, so I don't see the point in that. All right, so let's get through these lettuces a bit faster. And let's see how many we've managed to get now. Have we managed to get 39? Very nice. When we get to 50, then everything will be 10% cheaper to plant. So obviously for lettuces, that won't be that much. That'll just be like one less. But the more expensive they are, the more we're going to save on that one. We done enough yet? Oops, wrong one. Yes, there we are. So we've got that one. And there's also spring harvest and summer surge and autumn bounty. So at the moment we're in autumn and blueberries are going to be a big thing. Blueberries and eggplants. So I would like to really focus on getting autumn's bounty unlocked this time. It seems a shame because like autumn seems such a good season for actually getting bonuses in the earlier crops. Well, we need to unlock these blueberries. I'm gonna gun for blueberries straight away rather than gunning for the extra row. Reason being that blueberries obviously are on an extra 50% already. So we'll do the extra row as soon as it'll make it getting the extra row easier if we've already got the blueberries unlocked. So I think that's the way around we'll do it this time. Because I think it's always worth gunning for anything that's seasonal. Doopy 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 doopy. Yeah, we're not doing it. We're getting the blueberries, okay? Shush. No. Come on. The lettuces sometimes do seem like this is why Head Start is quite useful. Getting past lettuces is quite nice. But you can only choose one thing, and I think the one thing I wanted to choose was definitely the... it was definitely the lab. I wanted to show you that because it's cool. I think when I sell these, we will have enough for blueberries. We will, but we won't have enough to actually plant a blueberry. So we need at least 30 to plant the first one. Otherwise, we're plumb out of luck. I think you can get an emergency seed if you completely manage to run out of cash. It'd be hard to do, but there we are. I just want to make as much money as I can. So blueberries, you buy them for 27, they sell for 58. But what I'd like to do, if I can, is to try and get there. Well, actually, it won't work now. You know, something that might be useful to do as well is obviously we're going to be proceeding into winter next. It might be worth trying to get winter frost done, but I'd have to go through the whole chain to get that done. So I don't know whether I'm ready to do that yet. I'm not certain on that one. I forgot to turn the auto on to blueberries. So obviously now we get tomatoes. The tomatoes will be selling for a lot less than they were in the summer. So it might even be worth just completely skipping. And let's unlock the second row there. I think I should be able to fill it up quite fast because, oh yeah, almost instantly there. So I'm just going to go through with blueberries, unlocking rows as much as I can. At least row 3, I think. I will then unlock tomatoes, but I'll kind of skip them and go straight onto eggplant, I think. Because what we want ideally as well is, while we're here, to get 100. Oh, sweet yield. Blueberries 25%. Oh, yes. Now they sell for 73. Amazing. How much better is that? So much better. Yeah. I could unlock another row, but also not really worth doing until I can actually plant the blueberries in them. Okay, I think it's worth it now. So obviously that's a horrendous upgrade. Like, we've gone from getting 9 extra to like 50 extra on the blueberries just from all the different bonuses. So using the bonuses, I think, is the most important thing in this whole game. It really is. Let me just check how much we've got in the lab. So 144 blueberries, that's fine. The only thing I might do, I might try and open up Spring Harvest and Summer Surge, just because then they'll be done. Yeah, we're at 3.5, so I'll just open up tomatoes, but I won't plant them. Other than to maybe show you the difference. So I'll plant one for 90. So remember, they used to be 100, but now because I got that lettuce thing, they now cost 90 to plant. And they sell for 130. So there's only 40 profit on those. And they are slower to grow than blueberries. So there's absolutely no point in the autumn ever planting tomatoes. And it kind of almost simulates, or, well, why would you plant it? It's out of season, you know? I quite like it. Plant the things that are in season. So it'll be 8,000 to get onto the eggplants, but it will be worth doing because they are also in season. And it'll allow me to start saving up for this autumn bounty as soon as I can. So saving up 8,000 for that, definitely worthwhile. But you can see things are starting to move faster, can't you? It was slow. It took us a good 30-40 minutes to get through that first round. I don't think it'll take as long for this one, or maybe it will, but we'll get further. $5K now. Yeah, I need to still keep going for a bit. The eggplants are definitely coming in before the next row will be unlocked, I would say. I'm just going to skip the row for now. But obviously I could spend, like, you know, 6,000 unlocking the row, but then I've got to grind my way up to 8K again, whereas there'll be a bigger profit margin on the eggplants. So that'll be very worth doing at this point. My one tomato that I planted there. Right, we're at 8K now, so let's unlock. Don't know if I'll have enough to plant one yet. No, let's do another little row of blueberries just so we can get some money to start planting eggplants in. So we'll just plant blueberries. So we've got enough for an eggplant, which we do now. So they're 315. And I'll just be able to tell you in a second what they sell for. 682. So they are, like, they double in price, and 300 per eggplant. So that's like totally worth it compared to the blueberries. So eggplants for the win. And again, it won't take me long to fill the row, and then it won't take me long to get the next row upgraded. So let's change that to eggplant now. And once we get 100 of them done, we'll get that bounty. We'll get that bonus in the lab. So we'll get Autumn's bounty. So I'm 14 at the moment, so we've got a way to go. There we are, we've filled up now, so I can just start saving for the 6k I need to upgrade, which will be like selling 10 of these. Well, actually, it'll be the profit on 20 of them. There we go. And then it wants us to unlock corn. Fine by me. And then have 512 leaf tickets and unlock dragon fruit. $512 might take a while. But yeah, I definitely would like to do ripening agent 10% faster permanently. All right, well, let's get the crop values. No, let's do the bounty first. I can always go back and do the tomato ones in a bit. I can just plant some tomatoes to basically get that unlocked, because it won't be until summer comes around again that I'll have bonuses on the tomatoes anyway. Kind of nice to have it unlocked before you get to the season you want, though. But then again, if you're growing them in season, then you're getting 50% extra on them anyway before you get the 100% extra as well. So I'm going to keep going with eggplants, and I'm going to unlock the 5th row. I feel like that's the best way round. Okay, and we can prestige up again now. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take soil enrichment and autumn bounty, because I can. Offline earnings for carrots, that's not going to be that great. Ripening agent, I think what I'd like to do here now is to try and just plant in like 4 fields worth of tomatoes and just save up for that. I don't think in winter I'm going to particularly want to be doing tomatoes anyway. Maybe I will, actually. Let me think about it. Yeah, no, I'm going to prestige up, actually. How much will I get? Just 1. Okay, so we're going to do a prestige into winter now. I think, yeah, because autumn's not very good for bonuses anyway. So I'm going to prestige into winter. And at that point, things like dragon fruit and crystal fruit are going to be the way forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take prosperity with that 1 that I've got there for prestiging. And now it's going to be a little bit quicker to get through all of the lettuce stages. So don't worry about it. It's fine. Let me just pop that to lettuce there. See how much faster we got to a row of lettuces there? Because now they're worth 20 each. Because we've got and they're only 9 to buy as well, because of some of the things we've got in the lab there as well. I'll try and plant tomatoes as a priority on the way up, though. And then maybe next spring I could try and unlock the spring harvest one. I mean, maybe I could do it now, actually. Just keep going with lettuces for a little while. So now, being more valuable is more worth it because you get 2 extra for that instead of 1. I'm just going to show you that, actually. 10% more valuable, 22. And it was the same price. It was still only 100. Interesting, huh? We're at 32 now. So yeah, I'll need some carrots later on as well. And I would like to try and get up to corn, and I'll just try and get these unlocked. And then we'll try and go all the way up to, because we're in winter, all the way up to exotic bloom and resonance and winter frost. Try and get the whole research lab unlocked. I'm on 350 right now. There's no reason for me to particularly be going for blueberries right now because they're not in season anymore. Remember, we're in winter now. May as well stick with lettuces for a while, at least until I've got maybe 100 of them. And then we might decide to move on. Doing now on 80. Right, I'll do another couple of rows worth, and probably around the point that I get blueberries unlocked will be at about 100 lettuces. So we're just doing 1 row of blueberries, 1 row of lettuces, and we can just move on from lettuces because we've got 100. Yeah. And blueberries are going for 75, which isn't too bad. It's a nice little increase. Obviously nothing like in the autumn when they're going for a lot more, but having that 25% extra price on blueberries permanently does really help. Change the auto over to blueberries just in case it decides it wants to plant a lettuce or something. Now that I did really want to get onto tomatoes quite quickly, even though blueberries are quite good, because tomatoes are something I want to save up a little bit, just so I can get ripening agent and then try and work towards summer surge a bit. So I want to try and get 100 of everything here, so we can try and unlock all of the tasty bonuses. Do a few blueberries just to... We'll do a bit of a mix just to get some money in, just to... I don't quite have enough money to plant all of these tomatoes. So we're making double our money on the tomatoes. We're making 100, which is more than the 50 that we were making previously. So even with 25% bonus, tomatoes is still a little bit better. I will be unlocking row 3 very shortly. Yeah, full field of tomatoes there, and I'm wanting to again try and get to 100 of them. So we've done 24. Actually, probably 150. In terms of making money, I might move on and then come back and do a few more. But I definitely want the ripening agent, which is 10% permanent faster growth on all of my crops. How do you name my farm? Oh, I can. Tilly Farm. This is Tilly's farm. just going to plant them all in. I don't want to... There's absolutely no point unlocking a row when you don't have enough money to plant the rows you have. Probably now would be a good time. There we are. And so we're looking to get ourselves 128,000 leaf tickets. Maybe let's go for 8,000 first. And unlock eggplants then. Don't need as many eggplants though. So again, eggplants will be better than tomatoes when they're both off season. It will give me a bigger profit margin, but if I want to save up a little bit, I could maybe do a few tomatoes as well. How are we doing on them? Yes, ripening agent, 10% faster growth on all of my crops. And they're permanent, and because they're working on these essences, it's working on how much you've actually harvested rather than working on like your money. So it's not competing for your money, which is nice. Okay, eggplant unlocked. How much tomato essence do we have right now? We have 114. Ah, okay, so we can completely go over to... Oh, that's really nice. We can completely go over to eggplants now. That's fine. And let's change that to eggplant so that the auto will know what we're doing. We are now doing eggplants instead of tomatoes. And they're going for 705. So yeah, much bigger profit margins on everything now. Just from those prestige points. So we're looking for 32,000 or to get a 5th plot, which is 25, I think. Obviously, the carrots are now 10% faster to grow, which is great because they, like, as you get into these slower crops, that's a really good thing. The corn husks, the golden husks, sorry, will be a good one, but the root network will not get me much. I'll open it up anyway if I have enough carrot extract, but I won't. I'll probably get spring harvest first on that one. Yeah, full garden of eggplants now. Full 5 rows. Get ourselves onto carrots. I just feel like you're not on these long enough. Oh, we can prestige again if we want to. I don't. I want to stay in here. I'm going to try and get up to corn and dragon fruit and stuff. So there's no point me going into spring where there'll be different crops. With carrots and lettuces again. I think I just want to have a bit of a longer run with what I've got at the moment. If I sell all the eggplants, I should be able to go on to carrots after this run. I don't think I need eggplants for anything particularly, so we were just really using them as a vessel to get to carrots. Plant a few just for some profit. Just start winding carrots into it as well as we get enough profit to plant them. 2.4k each. So we are getting a doubling effectively at this point. Most things are worth double what you plant them for, which is just very nice. And the more you prestige up, the better that's going to be. At the moment, we've got 1 prestige gem because we're under 100,000. The carrots should change that. And we'll unlock corn this time. There's carrots, 5 grand a field. That's a pretty easy sum to do. Change that over to carrots now. We're fully over to carrots. We're on at 30,000 now. I'd want to get about 4 fields worth of carrots done, and that'll get us about 100,000, and that will allow us to unlock corn. And then once we get to dragon fruit, then things are going to get a lot more interesting. Okay, let's bust our way through this. We're on 70,000 now. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, loads of them are about to be ripe now, so this is going to make a big difference. Not quite there. Nearly there. $128 we need, isn't it? Let's open it up. Okay, we've got some corn growing. I will plant a few carrots though. Wondering if we go back to eggplants as well a bit. Just plant blueberries. So I'm imagining the corn's going to go for something like 6,000 each. Oh, that's good, good, good. Nice profit margin on that. Yes, 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 yes. I like that a lot. Just planting in some carrots just to help out. So let's have a look at the upgrades on corn. 153,000 or 307,000. It's ridiculous. It's like so much. It's like unaffordable. This is why you need all your prestige things instead. So we did the carrot one. Golden husks we're going to start getting now. And those are going to be brilliant because they'll give us 10% extra. So there's just, I think that's why the lab is worth it, because there's just so much you can get. So many bonuses. Like some of the other bonuses are really worthwhile, like prosperity and things like that. Head start, starting off with all those leaf tickets. Amazing. But my personal favorite on it all, is just to have the lab. It's just a nice one to start with. So I think that's probably why it wanted you to go to 100,000. Wanted you to get those 2 tickets. Although it said only 1 prestige point to be gotten plus. So you could just prestige up and go straight into autumn, get your bonuses from the blueberries and all of that, and then prestige into winter, and then get your lab. I don't know which is better, really. Be quicker to prestige, but then I think you wouldn't have all the lab bonuses. You'd have to go through a whole extra round before you got any lab bonuses. So I think this way is probably a nicer way, even though it takes a bit longer on the first round to get to 100k. But it gives you that prestige a little bit before, just to tempt you. How are we doing now? 51 golden husks. There we are. So now instead of 8,100 or whatever they are, it'll be 8.6. Nice. Every little tiny bit helps. It really adds up and it multiplies. Multiplication is not to be sniffed at. So we're at 290,000 now. So we're now at a point where we'll get 3 prestige gems. I think you get a prestige gem per 100,000 money. I think that's how it works. So let's just gun for lots of money. And we can get lots and lots and lots of prestige upgrades. The corn is a little bit slower. It's nice. So maybe it's not so bad that it's 150,000 or whatever to upgrade corn, but... How did we do on carrots? Did we ever have enough? Ah, okay. I'd like to plant 2 fields of carrots to get spring harvest unlocked. I know that'll just slow things down a tiny bit, but we're going to be coming into spring next time, so may as well get the bonuses at 100%. In. Another thing you may have noticed, Ascension. You need to get 200 of every extract, but you also need to have the entire tree filled before you can get that. So just a thing to think about. I'm not going to really tell you too much about what Ascension entails. Doing carrots 77, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 17. I keep wanting to click on the rocket. It's like so tempting. So we won't make much money while we're saving up carrots, sadly. Oh, I can unlock dragon fruit. Very nice. Let's get a couple of those going, as well as our carrots. So dragon fruits is on 50% extra, on special offer. Now I have no money, which is wonderful, but the dragon fruits should sell for quite a lot of cash. I don't have money for dragon fruits, but as soon as they're ripe, I will. So 45k. Boom. That's such a nice increase. Let's just get dragon fruit being the one that we are planting right now. Watch this money go up. It's hilarious. 5 prestige gems for 800,000. Oh, it's maybe not quite then. It's not quite exact science that the money directly goes towards the an itchy eye, sorry. That the money goes directly towards the prestige gems, but it does seem to do a lot towards getting more. I think things like unlocking rows. It seems to be when you, around the point you unlock the 5th row that it shows up. But again, I'm not sure if that is the reason why. So we need 2 million to get crystal fruits unlocked, so we're very close to that as well. We'll need 100 dragon fruits. Oh, I can increase the crystal fruit and dragon fruit. Yeah, let's do that. I need that to get winter frost anyway. Summer surge we've done. Spring harvest. We need 4 carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4. I almost hate the fact I have to use the space for that, because it's like, oh, I'm not gonna get much money off that. We're nearly there for crystal fruits as well, but I do want to do more dragon fruits first. I need another 40. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gonna keep going for the dragon fruits a little longer. Just need to do another 25 of them. So that's spring harvest unlocked. So now we just need to try and get ourselves 150 crystal fruit, and we will be able to ascend. And it's starting to say that here: unlock crystal berry, have 200 of each extract, and reach ascension level 1. Unlock your first ascension upgrade. Okay, so we'll get to ascend in just a minute, and that'll be wonderful. Really fun. Okay, we're nearly at the hour-and-a-half mark. I'm happy to play this for a bit longer though. 88. So I think once these are done, I can start putting in crystal fruit. 2 million. Now we've got 7 prestige gems if we prestige up. No, 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 don't do it. At this point, okay, we now have all the money in the world. So basically at this point, it's worthwhile now starting to go through all of these. I don't need the money for anything. Especially with the 50% on crystal berries. They're 45k to plant. I'm imagining over 100k when the first one is nearly there. 193k. 8 prestige gems now. Maybe the cost of the stuff planted in the farm matters as well. Not sure. Not there on resonance yet. So this is not starting now to become less about money and more about essences, which is why you want the growth speeds up particularly. So let's just get growth speeds up on like everything. Not that it really, I should have just gone with the growth speeds for these, because I'm not even planting these. What am I doing? I forget these are all going to just go away after a while, aren't they? So I've got all the dragon fruit I need. So resonance, all extracts plus 1 per... Oh, that's a good one. That'll help me get there faster with getting the essences together for the Ascension. So I'm trying to get 200 of every extract. Oh, actually, no, it is worth it. I've got to get 200 for every extract. So we're going to have to go back all the way to lettuces and make sure we have enough of everything. So firstly, the fact that we're going to have double. So get that and get double the extracts. And I've gone through and gotten faster harvesting on everything. I think that's quite useful. So let's just go through growth speeds on things. Okay, resonance is done. Now we need 200 of everything. Okay, so I'm going to actually start at the very beginning, a very good place to start, and we're going to actually go back to lettuces. Which are obviously really, really quick to grow now. as I've like completely leveled them up. Apparently I accidentally planted a blueberry, but that's fine. And every so often I'm just going to need to go and have a little check and see. Because obviously this is so fast now. How we're doing with the lettuces. And obviously it's double trouble there. So 90. So what I'd like to do is, as I'm going up these amounts, I'd like to be able to get better growth on everything. So 2.4 million for the corn, and then we've got dragon fruit still to do. How are we doing now? 150. Let's do one more field worth, and that should bring us up to 200. Going on to blueberries. Oh, by the way, it looks like you can click and drag. I always find this out like hours into a game like this, that you can click and drag. You can also hold left click, so you can just do that. That is a lot easier on my fingers. Although it makes a big difference, I think, game-wise, particularly. As to whether I'm just clicking or doing that. It might be a touch faster. No, it is. It's a lot faster, isn't it? Right, so... Oh, why were we even doing... Oh, yeah, 200 blueberries is done. Okay, so let's change to tomatoes now. To be honest, until now, it's never been as important because they've never grown as fast. But that was 100% worth doing once money didn't matter to get through all the crops. Just go and see how we're doing. 185. So this will be the last one we need. Right, let's go on to eggplants. We don't actually need many eggplants. Maybe one field's worth of eggplants to get to 200. It is starting to slow down now. We at 200? Yes, we are. Let's change to carrots. If we unlocked everything except winter frost, we have. Yeah, that's cool. How are we doing carrots? We got 53, so we'll need a few fields worth. But it helps with the doubling that we've got as well from the crystal fruit upgrade. 100. I think we do still need more. Might not be that much more. Yeah, this will be the last field on carrots. So let's change that over to corn now. Corn we don't have much of, so we need about 4 fields worth of that, I think. And then we're back onto dragon fruit. Do we have enough money to upgrade the growth speed on dragon fruit? No, we don't. So I'll need to save up that a little bit. But, you know, there's no point in there's nothing else to spend the money on except for speeding things up, so... Oh, no, I meant to plant corn there, not dragon fruit. Oops. Dragon fruit's actually nearly done anyway. Corn, we're on 56. This will probably finish off the dragon fruit though, so I don't mind that too much. Here it comes. So I don't really need to upgrade the speed on the dragon fruit much more than that then. Have a look. Yeah, that's fine. So just loads of corn for a bit and then loads of crystal fruit. And then we've got 200 and we can ascend. Which sounds mightily interesting to me. And about you guys? While that corn grows quickly, let's have a look how many we've got. 114. I think 2 more fields worth. I think 1 after this one. Let it properly grow and then I can... Just need to know when to change on to crystal fruit there. So yeah, let this one grow and then we'll start putting crystal fruits in. Crystal berries even. Imagine this is going to be enough. Not being too exact on it, but okay, so we want to get winter frost. Oh, I will need some more dragon fruit actually, because I'll need 300 total. That's fine. There's a couple more fields worth to do. All right, so with the crystal berries, I don't really have much of an upgrade there for the growth speed, but I don't have enough money for it either. So maybe after the first one has grown, we can do that. So in the meantime, I'm going to take you through the different Ascension stuff. So I can't remember if I did it. No, sorry, the prosperity stuff. I can't remember if I did it or not recently, but each farm can get all of these things. I think we did go through it, didn't we? But I'm going to be very interested very soon in automation speed. That's going to start to become a lot more important. There's 10 levels of it. We'll see why in just a minute. This is why this is probably going to end up being a very long episode, actually, because I'm going to go through most of the game, if I can, as much as I can. So I've got that. That's fine. So then I need another 150. Oh no! I just realized something. I haven't ascended enough times. Darn it. I've got 15 prestige gems for ascending. I've just realized that I was saving towards 200 of everything. I've just done all of that. And egg on my face. But this is how we'll do it when we do get the ascensions we need. Egg on my absolute face there. Because, yeah. Let's do a couple more of these. These guys. Well, at least I got enough for the... At least I realised before I started on these, which are the slow ones. I did the faster ones first. But yeah, I didn't realise how few prestiges I'd done there. And that may slightly have been because last time I did a lot more ascending. A lot more. So we need to ascend 3 more times. So I think we should just ascend with our 17 gems. Ooh. We've got 2 more gems there for just like a couple more fields of these crystal fruits. Oh, I'm gonna get obsessed with like getting more and more gems, aren't I? But if I can get lots of gems this time, then I can ascend quickly the next couple of times. And I'm saying ascend, and I should be saying prestige as well. I believe I've got to do that all again. So I think probably one thing we should do with our lovely, lovely points that we're going to get here is get growth catalyst and get all the crops to grow faster. Because we're going to need to do that. I think head start would be good as well. The problem with head start though is that you can't head start and plot memory, they're really, really good, but you don't get them until the next time round. Whereas prosperity and growth catalyst, you get them immediately, I'm pretty sure. So you got to remember that. So yeah, I've got egg on my face now. I believe I did that. See, we're getting a lot more prestige gems for every like million or so. We're getting an extra couple of prestige gems. So I just want to keep this going a little bit more so that we can get more and more and more bonuses. More bonuses we have, the faster it's going to go. So maybe if we could just get like 20 or so, that might be quite nice. I think after this field we'll prestige up. She-Lab is sad, She-Lab. I think I will get head start as well though, because I've still got what, 3 more ascensions to go, 3 more prestiges to go. Yeah. So getting through the early parts of the game will be good, even if I can't do it on the very next round. We got 21. Okay, I think we'll prestige now into spring with our 21. So I'm going to put quite a bit of it into things like prosperity and growth catalyst. Growth catalyst particularly because once we start getting to the point, actually I think now prosperity. Let's just see how much that goes for. 55. Oh, we've got 100% on lettuces right now. Okay, so it goes for 55. So then if I spend a bit more, let's go up to 3. We're going for 68. And let's do some growth catalyst. How much have I got left? I've got a few. Okay, we did like 3 growth catalysts there, and that took loads of my stuff away. Look how fast everything grows though. Forever and ever and ever, they will be growing that fast. And lettuces go for an absolute fortune. And like I'm already unlocking row 3 and unlocking blueberries and... Okay, blueberries. Will probably be worth going over blueberries straight to tomatoes. Not sure though. Got no money. Okay, now I do. They're growing so fast. How fast we're getting through this now. As much as I did like spend ages messing around with getting a certain amount of money, prestige, essences. We're going to have a much easier time of it from now on getting through these rounds. I've nearly got eggplants unlocked. Having the whole lab unlocked, basically, except for the Ascension, is going to be quite useful too. Okay. Oh, I'm forgetting to do that, aren't I? Unlock the row, unlock. I'm just going to plant more tomatoes. Honestly, everything's happening so fast at this point. Give me money. Once we unlock carrots, that'll be a big one because that'll be 100%. They double the value, so we can already prestige up if we want to for 1 prestige gem. Am I going to do it? Or am I going to carry on for a little bit longer so if we can get more gems because everything is so fast now. There's carrots. $202,000 and we still don't actually have how much do carrots go for? 8k. It's amazing. We still don't have a second prestige gem there. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, now we do. Okay. Just gonna keep going for a little while. Just get dragon fruits and stuff unlocked. Because it's so fast, I'm kind of feeling like it might be just worth my while to carry on a little bit longer. All goes to 13k. There's dragon fruits. How fast was that? Like, it took about 10 minutes to proceed. Well, I think I probably did prestige in under 10 minutes there, but if it's taken me like less than 10 minutes to get through to all of this, it's crazy. I do definitely think the time we spent on the lab was worth it here. So 4. Much money there, do we? Let's just go with dragon fruits until we have a little bit more money in the bank. The whole way through, I didn't even tell it what to put in on auto because everything's been so fast. Isn't that crazy? Okay, I'm nearly there on the crystal fruit. We're on 6 prestige gems. But to even start getting more growth catalysts is 16. Which is really crazy. 8 for more prosperity as well. But then again, you'll get loads of gems if you're getting straight through to crystal berries so fast. It's amazing. It's so good. Sorry, by the way, if pops sound a lot louder than the music. I never know with sound effects whether it's a good thing to have like the music quite quiet and the sound effects a bit louder or what, but sometimes it can be a bit over the top. That's probably just me being all like Paranoid. I had used all of my points, hadn't I? Yeah. How many more do I get? 12 now. See, it's like really getting there. So it just seems worth it for a couple of extra minutes of farming the crystal berries. Do that. So once we get to crystal berries, like when we're on, if we're not trying to save up the 200, which I can't believe I did that twice. Grr. It's definitely worth making them faster growth and more valuable and stuff so that you can get more prestige gems, prestige points, whatever you want to call them. And then when you're trying to save up for the 200 essences, like I already did, I'm so annoyed by that because you lose them every time. Although I seem to have somehow on the way through got them again. That's the other thing, it was slower. It'll be really fast to get them now because I've got so many speed upgrades. And I don't mind speed upgrades that I don't have to pay for. Now 18. I don't really know how many I'm going to want, but... I think after this one, we'll prestige it up. And we'll go with 20. Yeah. 21 again. So we're into summer now. How lovely. Let's plant some more lettuces, shall we? And I would like to see how automation speed 50 per level would do. So... Oh yeah, you can see that their wiggling has gotten faster. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what I really want though is lots of nice prosperity, I think. I think that's better than anything else. I'll go with 1 head start, 1 prosperity. I then can't do any more growth catalyst, but that's, you know, it's going to be expensive. That's fine. And then 1 plot memory. And maybe another level of automation. So now they sell for 40. Okay. Even in the summer when they don't have their 50%. So they would sell for 80 in the spring. Oh, that's really cool. Right, we're in summer, so it's tomatoes again, isn't it? I'm still faster than the automation, but the automation is going to start to get faster than me. It's so fast. Tomatoes! And they'll sell for a good amount because it is summer! 800 for a tomato now. This time I think I'm not going to go for lots of prestige points. As soon as we're ready to go, we'll do the last prestige because then I can ascend straight away. Well, I can't actually. I've got to save up the essences. That's fine. Let's just rush it through, see if we can get an ascension. It's going to be soon. It's probably as we get through to corn or something, we'll get that, I imagine. Oh, probably would have been better to just keep on with tomatoes, wouldn't it? I don't even know anymore. definitely worth it to put carrots in though. I love those speed upgrades, which is definitely the one to go for once I had lots of prestige points, 100%. Oh, there we are. I'll just do it for one prestige gem. We start off with 1k. Very nice. So let's just get started on, I'm pretty sure we now just need 200 of every extract. Yes, we do. Unlocking rows is going to be important for this. I'll go for money kind of first, and then we'll unlock everything, and then I'll come back and I'll just, you know, whatever. That's all I want, is I want the rows unlocked first. More rows, the more stuff you can grow in a smaller amount of time. Going with blueberries actually. We'll get eggplants unlocked, and then we can get the 5th row unlocked probably. And then I'll go back and fill in the outer season crops. There we are. I can prestige if I want to, but I don't want to. What I want to be doing is, as fast as possible, getting all of these unlocked. Getting 200 of everything. How are we doing? So 162 eggplant, 186 blueberries. Okay. Oh, one more thing of blueberries. Just dead quickly. And one more thing of eggplants. How much on the lettuce? Okay, we need a couple of fields of lettuce. Okay, lettuce is done. I expect. No, not quite. One more. Lettuces are so fast that basically as soon as you plant them, they're back in. Tomatoes next. 4 fields of tomatoes, I would say. That's field number 1. 2. 3. 4. Might need one more. Then we want carrots. That tomato's done? Yes, just. Corn we're on 2. Okay. Bit more carrot. We need 50 more carrot. We need 20 more carrot. We need... That's enough carrot. Corn now. Would be nice if automation was nice and fast on this, so that I need to prestige a bit more to just work on it a little bit more. I will be showing you all of the mechanics in the game. Whether we'll be able to do too much past Ascension, I'm not sure. Depends on how much time we have. We're already at the 2-hour mark. And we're about to ascend, which is cool. working on it. It won't be very many more minutes, I wouldn't imagine. Okay. Probably about 2 more cornfields. We're at now 134. Remember, we get a doubling because of the crystal fruit upgrade we had. Super useful when you're getting towards this ascension stage. When I first saw it in the lab, I was like, what's that for? And then I realized this is actually halving the time it would take to ascend. Okay, corn is done. Let's start with dragon fruits now. That is a tomato. That is not a dragon fruit. Okay, my little dragon fruits. Of those. That's the crystal berries unlocked. And I can start just putting stuff into growth on them. Growth speed. Because these are slow growers. These are going to be the ones that take the most time. So may as well put the money into that. The others were pretty swift, especially with those 3 points in. 3 points in growth speed, I think it was called. Was it? Oh, growth catalyst. That's the one. What? She-Lab have a memory? No. And we are at 200. Nice. Let's start crystal berries going in now. I will start putting my money into those growing faster. Even if it's just a little bit. Always something to do in this. I'll replant the whole field and I'll see if there's money left to get another growth. There is. So the more I farm them, the quicker I can get them farmed. And we need another 150. Plant them all in again. See if I can speed them up. I can't, but I can make that harvest value more. Let's just harvest the field again. Increase their growth speed again. 158 now. I don't think we'll get much more on the growth speed now before we're where we're at, where we need to be. Yeah, we're where we need to be. Ascension time. Are you sure you want to ascend? Ascending resets everything, including prestige upgrades, research, and extracts. In return, you gain +1 ascension level, permanently boosting your leaf ticket earnings with compounding bonuses and unlocking new ascension upgrades. Woo. Okay, so over here, reach Ascension level 1, unlock your first Ascension upgrade, use weather control for the first time, and to be continued. So, I don't want to do that. No, let's not do that. That would be terrible. I'd have to save up all these essences again. Let's ascend. All right, so we've got another farm. Oh my goodness me, look at all this. So I'm going to call this one Athena Farm. These are my pets, by the way. Tilly is my cat and Athena is my ferret. And then I can name my apothecary, She-Lab. That just makes sense, right? So we've got this apothecary and we've got all these essences, and I think they are coming from the amount of stuff we're kind of harvesting from our farms, I think. And we can make different potions by just kind of selecting essences and putting them together and brewing them. So in 5 minutes time, we will know what our first brew is. And I think there's like several of them. So have a look here. Yeah, this is my recipe book. So we've got all these tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Different brews. I'm not even sure what they do or anything like that. I've not really played with them enough at all. So then we've got Athena Farm, which is a brand new farm, and it doesn't have like any prestige points on it or anything like that, but we can control the weather here, so I can make it spring. Look at that. Summer or winter. So whatever increases I want, I can use with the weather control. So yeah, spring for lettuces, obviously. But they only sell for 41. But you see they're selling for 41. So I'm thinking that ascending has actually given me... Oh, I can prestige already on here as well. Reset your farm and start fresh, but gain 18 prestige gems. Oh, okay. That's fast. Yeah, let's get Athena Farm 18 prestige gems. That sounds like a really good thing to do. Especially because it doesn't change the season anymore, which is nice. So why don't we start Athena Farm with head starts, so we can just get it going really fast. And let's go with a little bit of automation, a little bit of growth catalyst, and a little bit of prosperity. Let's get it a research lab. And do some more automation. Yeah, that sounds good. Obviously, I've got to do it now for a bit. I can turn on the auto, though, and I can put lettuces in for now. Okay, so then in the meantime, we've got crop mastery as well. Wow, so we're going to start to get... as we level up our crop mastery. Oh, right. Offline earning bonuses. Season value bonuses. Okay, let's go across to our other farm and see how that's doing then. So this is Tilly Farm. This is like our original one. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. So, and do we have different amounts of money? We do, don't we? So Tilly Farm's got that much. And Athena Farm's got that much. Cool. So 2 minutes left on my brew. Super cool. Let's just plant in a load of crystal berries. Oh, I can also prestige up this one, can I? Oh, just for 1 gem though. See, that's why you want the automation better, because then it will just do that in the background. I think it'll do that in the background while you're going across to the other farm. So we've already got 4 prestige gems here. So I'm just going to let that automatedly do its thing. And then we'll prestige it up and get automation even better, I think. Also... may as well make them more valuable, because that will help with the prestige. Very nice. And also we want it winter so that they sell for more. The different farms can be different. Yeah, they can be absolutely different seasons. Why is this one summer now? Oh, is it only the right summer while the right season, the weather control, while I'm looking at it? Hang on. So that needs to be spring. So if I go back to Tilly Farm, no, that's still winter. Okay, and Athena Farm is still spring. Oh, okay. That's fine. Let's do some more lettuces then. So in Athena Farm, we've got everything unlocked in the, sorry, in Tilly Farm. We've got double, but you notice it's still 50% here. So the lab still needs to be completely filled out in Athena Farm as well. But definitely the start of this is much faster than the start of the previous one. My goodness me. Shall we go back to the lab and see what's going on in there? Did we manage to get anything? Oh, here we are. New discovery, verdant tonic, plus 25 vials. Milestone reach, 1 recipe discovered. Okay, so if we go in my recipe book, I've got verdant tonic. Nice. Okay, let's try green and red. Again, that's going to take 4 minutes now. Okay. Hired via upgrades. Oh, okay. So I can spend vials on upgrading things. Okay. Automation coming soon. So it looks like they haven't quite finished the game yet. And I'm getting into parts where it's not quite finished, but that's fine. Oh. So it's automating, but it doesn't seem to be automating when I'm away. So let's just check it. So we've got like 3 million there, all right? Athena Farm doesn't look like it's been doing anything either. 1.6k though. Yeah, it definitely has. Definitely has. It just doesn't look like it, I think. So if we go now back to Tilly Farm, so it was like 3 million. Now it's 5 million. Yeah. I think it's just going on in the background, but the more you have automation, the better that's going to be. So let's just get this fully unlocked so it can just sit there and make some prestige points. Lock a row. Oh, make it autumn. What am I doing? Planting blueberries. It has to be autumn, right? Then I can start planting tomatoes and turn it into summer. Oh, this is mega fast. So fast, so fast, so fast. 9 prestige gems already, and we're only planting tomatoes. So Ascension is really helping. We'll get through these veggies super fast. And then we're going to get like, oh, if we had gotten to 200. Okay, well, let's get to 22. Oh, no, we did. We got a couple of levels of 2% cost reduction. Ah. Season value bonus on dragon fruit. I know the crop mastery is different across the different farms as well. Like, no, I think that might be between the 2 farms then. Which is why we've got, yeah. Okay, so it looks, I think crop mastery is shared. It's super cool. So then I'd want to prestige it all. With my, like, 10 gems already just from tomatoes. Like, it's brilliant. And it's always the right season. It's amazing, isn't it? Well, let's start on eggplants and turn it to autumn. Those last couple of tomatoes won't sell very well, but that's fine. Final row unlocked already. Yeah, I'm just not really sure what the apothecary does. Like, I would like to try and get some kind of answer on that, but I might not be able to get very many vials within the time I've got. And it does look like the dev seems to still be on it, like making things. Let's change that to eggplant. Making different things to, you know, carry this on. So, you know, and how much fun has this been for, like, what, this game costs £4? It might be like $5, $6, something like that. Okay, so now we can start planting carrots. And we're on still 10 prestige gems. We're almost on enough to... Carrots are what, summer? Carrot, carrot, carrot. Spring. Still on 10. Been stuck on 10 for ages. Usually once you get to crystal fruit, you start getting massive bonuses to prestige. So I'm just going to go over to Tilly Farm and just check how many were on there. Ah. That's also 10. I see. So if you've got a really good farm, like earning you tons and tons and tons and tons of money, you can the gems, I think they add up between the farms. So then you can choose which farm you spend them on by the looks of it. I think that might be the same as mastery, that it's like across the two. Okay. I'm actually going to change to dragon fruit over here. And the reason is I would actually like to have better off-season bonuses. And I'm going to change back over now to Athena Farm. I'm going to have a look at the lab and see if there's anything that I can unlock in the lab. Yes. The answer to that. So maybe we need to be a bit more specific about what we're planting here. So I'll plant a load of blueberries and just see if I can unlock the autumn one. Change it to autumn as well. Just work on that for a sec. Everything's mega fast, so that's fine. I'm actually interested as to whether the prestige points are adding up. It's hard to tell. Like, oh, I know how I'd be able to tell. If I prestiged up prosperity and then the other on this farm, and then the other farm had more. All right. So at the moment, an eggplant goes for 2.2 over here. So just remember that. I'm just going to be carrying on with eggplants. I'm going to go back to Tilly Farm. And I'm going to prestige up. So we've got 14 prestige gems. Okay. I want to go here and times 15, right? And then I want to change over to the other farm, Athena Farm. I'll look over here. Times 0, okay? And I want to go back to Tilly Farm that has 15. And I want to take... darn it. Shouldn't have done it that way around. I should have done it the other way around. That's okay. I don't think that they go towards... I think they're individual. Then if I go back to Athena Farm, there's no prestiging. Okay. So it looks like the prestige is earned between the farms, and then you prestige up. But then whichever farm you've chosen to prestige up is where you're allowed to spend the tokens. So what I'm thinking on Tilly Farm, let's change it to autumn. Let's just get it all back to being cool. Yeah, 426 for a blueberry here as well. So it's much. I think some of it was just Ascension bonuses in general. I think you get a general overall bonus. And it's a summer, plant tomatoes. So I think what you'd want to do is max out a farm and then go on to the next farm and then go on to the next farm, go on to the next farm. I would imagine that if we tried to ascend Tilly Farm, sorry, Athena Farm, you'd probably get farm 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And then they would keep pumping into here. So now we got to Ember Salve, 25 vials, 120 vials there. You need a lot of vials to hire a novice and hire an apprentice. They brew. So I think they brew things for you on your offline. So at the moment, I can only brew things when I'm online. So I could reduce my brew time for 100 vials. Let's do it. I've got an achievement for purchasing my first apothecary upgrade. Okay, cool. So if we look at achievements... Oh no, 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 oh no. Okay, 1 second. I will be right back. I'm back. Sometimes what happens is when you press escape, this menu goes missing, and then it won't come back. So you need to close the game and open it again. It's fine. We're all okay. Nothing bad happened. Okay, so I would like to keep brewing. Let's try cyan and pink together. 4 minutes. Okay, in the meantime, let's get back to the farms and just see what we want to do over there. See, automation just isn't fast enough at the moment on any of these farms, so it's definitely something I'd like to spend some points on. On Tilly Farm, definitely. So Tilly Farm's kind of needing to go along in the background a little bit. It's got all 5 fields unlocked, which is great. We're on eggplant, carrot. Okay, cool. While I was away, it just got all the way to carrot. Nice. So it seems like we were doing great on... I was about to get some more season value bonus and stuff like that, but then we decided to prestige. But what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to put it into automation so that everything will be faster on the farm that's not actually being looked at as much. So there we are. We've got 50% per level extra automation. When I'm away, it should make more money and faster money and everything like that. Let's just get these carrots. Open up corn. Put that in. And then just make sure we're on the right season for corn, which we are because it's summer. And then we'll go and just level up Athena Farm a little bit. What am I doing planting lettuces? Should be planting carrots, and we should also be in a summer season. Aha. So we're back to prestige now. But I definitely think what would be good is to have a fully functioning farm. If it is indeed shared across the farms, the points that you get, it'd be good to have one that's like making mega bucks while you're sort of working on the other ones. I'm just not sure what the apothecary does for the farms, if anything. Something I'd like to like investigate a bit. Just while this corn is doing its thing, I'm going to go back into the she lab. Just have a look. So I guess... Oh, so you get discovery milestones. You get extra vials for discovering more. Ember salve. Verdant tonic. I don't know if you can use the stuff in the... like the vials for anything. I think it might be more about just how many you can collect or something. How many different combinations. 5 recipes discovered, 10 recipes discovered. So discovering the recipes gives you extra vials. Vials gives you different apprentices eventually in here. You can get increased caps and things like that. So 200 vials for my first novice. I kind of wish I could show you what they were. 30 seconds remaining on the cyan and pink together. If that gives me a good amount of vials, it might be worth sort of just making lots of that. I'm not sure though, because the green and blue together gave me something like 50. No, 25. And then I got a milestone which gave me an extra 50 vials. And then 25 off the ember salve. 25 from crystal blue. Okay. It's going to be 25 from all of these, isn't it? So we did cyan and pink together. Let's try... And we did, I think we did green and red. Let's try green and purple. Sadly, the library doesn't, oh, it does tell you which ones you've done. Okay, yeah, we've done green and red. This will probably be green and purple. Oh, it actually tells you what you need to do to get them all as well. That's not too bad then. It's pink and cyan. All the way down there. Oh, and there's like ones that have several. Right. I can't do that yet though, so I'm figuring that maybe there'll be like a way to increase the extra brew slot. No, that's brew 2 potions simultaneously. Maybe having these apprentices and things will allow you to brew potions more. But I wish there was a bit more of a clear link between what's happening here and what's happening in the farms. Or I don't know. Really don't know. So I'm gonna go into Athena Farm. Well, 3 prestige gems now. Wonderful. Then I'm going to have a little look. Masteries and things. I just don't know. There doesn't seem to be anything that's telling me like that I'm getting extra money or anything like that from these, but... change it to winter. So what I don't know whether to try and do this or not, but let me just check in the lab and see how many ascensions. See, I've done enough prestiges, so the prestiges go across. So I could try and do another ascension before we pack up and see what happens when we ascend a second time. I think I'm going to do that. So let me do any of this. So I'm going to need to save up certain essences to be able to fill the tree up. So let's just work on trying to get crystal fruit unlocked. And then we're just going to see like what happens when we ascend again. If anything. Will it just add more farms? What will it do? I have to know this. This is slow farm. Come on, dragon fruits. There we are. Crystal berries are unlocked now, so let's just get a few of those. Because what I'm going to want is to get the extracts per harvest up so that these are easier to all get. And I would like some of the growth speeds to be increased if I can. We'll wait until we've got 2 million and we can, you know, do the crystal fruit. In the meantime, while I'm just waiting for that, I'm going to go to Tilly Farm and just make sure that that's doing something. It's not doing much, so I'm just going to make sure that it's starting to get towards crystal fruits and things. Because even if I ascend the other farm, this one still stays. Let's change it to winter. This one will still stay all unlocked because it did last time, so I would imagine anyway. Maybe we're back to crystal berries on this one. And I'll just leave it on crystal berries just so that it can make a lot of money and get more prestige gems, which seems to be doing quite nicely now. So let's go back to Athena Farm. Athena Farm is doing some crystal berries as well. It's all fully unlocked. Got exotic bloom there. I need some more corn to do exotic golden husks though. But I think we'll get resonance first. So that just makes so much more sense. This farm is so much slower than, because it's had less prestiges to it. So it's like so much slower than the other farm. But the problem with the other farm is that it's not the planting and stuff that's, or the growing that's slow. It's the actual planting and harvesting that is slow. Everything grows really fast. So if I could get automation up on them, then everything would be so much faster in terms of like the prestige gem farming, prestige point farming, prestige gem farming actually. We're on 12 now. Change that to crystal fruit. The auto was putting in dragon fruits instead, which isn't the end of the world actually. Honestly, what you might eventually want is when you have 8 farms and have all 8 farms like doing a different crop so that to feed your apothecary so that you can always have the right amount of essences you want. That would probably be eventually what you would do. Probably take a few more hours to get that done though. And I don't have a few more hours, so we're already nearly at, we're at 2.5 already. So it's a long video, this one, and I will have to pack up pretty soon. But I'm really glad I could show you the weather control, like prestiging and everything like that, I will I will ascend this farm, and I want to see what happens and whether we just get more farms every time we ascend now. That's what I want to know. How are we doing for crystal berries? Resonances go. Okay. Let's change over to... Actually, I'm going to need loads of everything, so it's fine. It's fine to stick with crystals for now, I think. Okay, so we've got lots of money now, so let's just speed it up, shall we? And that'll speed up the money, and the money can speed up the speeding up. The speeding up speeds up the money, and the money speeds up the speeding up. Yeah. I need 9 million for the next speed up. Speed it up again, please. How are we doing for... I've got 100 now. I'm going to need 200 on top of that anyway, so I may as well keep going with the crystal fruit for a bit. That'll give me the money to put it to make everything else really good. Yeah. Yeah. I think what we do is we carry on with the crystal berries and we use them for the money that we would need to make everything else really fast. So these are going to be really easy to do. I don't really care about how much money they make. Well, maybe the crystal fruits I do, but... Okay, so we've got to level 3 growth speed with the dragon fruit, and everything else is up to level 5. Wonderful. That was great. And in the meantime, we're up to 241 of those crystal fruits. I will want to change them to dragon fruits now, I think. I want to get the bonus on them. Oh, look at that. We did manage to actually get 53% now. That's brilliant. I want to go to Tilly Farm and see whether the 100% we've got over there. I will actually. We now have, yeah, 102% on dragon fruit. So if you plant enough dragon fruit, you can just keep getting bonuses more and more and more and more, which is amazing. All right, Athena Farm, we're back to that because that's what we want to be working on. $12.5 million there. So that's enough for another growth speed on the dragon fruit. And actually, I did want dragon fruit growing, and I've just planted a load of crystal fruit, I think. No, some. Yeah, I did. Oops. Not the end of the world, because I will need some, and the money doesn't hurt, but what I did want was the 100% bonus. I'm silly. I should have got that before I went for the extra crystal fruits, shouldn't I? Because it would have given me more money on the crystal fruits. How's that then? Yeah, winter frost. I'll just go backwards through them all until I've got everything I need. We'll ascend again, and then I think once I see what happens with that, I think I've then explored as much of this game as I want to explore for now. So obviously there's going to be more coming in, more automation for the apothecary and things like that. Achievement-wise, you can see all of the things that we've done here, like find your crystal berry, la la la. So I need to do 10,000 crops, 100,000 crops, 1 billion leaf tickets, prestige 25 times, 100 prestige gems in total, play for 10 hours. I've got to hoard them up. Wow, okay. Probably will be able to do that. And then like all the different recipes and hiring apprentices and things in the apothecary. I don't think I'll have enough vials to work out. 10 mastery on any crop. So a lot of this, I don't know about the secret achievement, but a lot of this is going to be just more and more and more farming until I've got the right amount of everything, like the mastery and things, and just planting more and doing more and carrying on with what I've already done. So I don't think, from the look of the achievements, it doesn't look like there's many more game mechanics to do. I think I've showed you most of what we need to see at this point. I can't believe I don't have golden husks yet. Not a bit of corn, shall we? Yeah, lovely. Golden husks. Here we come. So now I need more corn. I need more... Oh, I'm good on dragon fruit now. Okay, yeah, we definitely should be going to corn then. But yeah, it's part of me that would like to just carry on and work on the apothecary stuff, or like on my own later. See what happens with it. But I don't think we'll have time within the scope of this video. Like I say, it's already been super long. But I do feel like we could at least do one more ascension before we leave. But like, what a fun game. It kind of reminds me of like Cookie Clicker and things like that, of how they sort of all... And there was like a kitten game as well that I played one time. And how they all sort of open up and, you know, you suddenly get more and more and more different mechanics opening up in the game. Like, you think it's one thing and then suddenly it's another. And suddenly you've got grannies baking cookies or something. I don't know. And this one, suddenly you've got an apothecary shop. Right, where are we at with the corn? We can move to carrots. Because we're going backwards, everything will be quicker each time. Oh, I should really like change the seasons. Not that it matters because I've got like loads of money, but we're actually just farming essences at this point. I don't think it makes the it says 54%. I don't know if 54% is extra money or whether it affects speed as well. I don't think it does though. I think it's just the money. Just a money bonus. Fairly certain. We're doing for carrots now. One more. We're good on eggplants. Then, so we'll go straight to tomatoes after carrots. Then blueberries and lettuce. So tomatoes were at 154, so this should be enough, I think. Yep. Blueberries. And then lettuces. Blueberries and lettuces will be dead fast. So one more blueberry and then we'll go to lettuces. I didn't even check if we had enough blueberries, but I think we will, yeah. Okay, we're nearly there. Then we'll get to ascend again and make a third farm. We give our aqua farm this time, maybe. Oh no, I need a few more of everything, don't I? Because darn it, I'd forgotten to pick up those ones. So okay, one more lettuce. Okay, that's enough for that. One more blueberry. Two for safety. Lovely. Then a tomato, a carrot. I say 2 tomatoes, a carrot, and a corn. Let's do corn first, actually. Good on corn? Yeah. Let's do carrots. Enough. 3, 2, 1. All right. Tomatoes. And then we can ascend it. I don't know if there'll be like a way to maybe ascend the apothecary eventually. I can't say that word. Why not? Okay, we're all good. Ascend. Yes, we get another. This one could be our back farm. So there we are. It just gives you extra farms. And the farms, I'm guessing, just all feed into the apothecary. And so at this point, you're trying to get the apothecary like to its maximum, I guess. And get more vials. So I'm up to 90 vials now, but I would imagine that getting an apprentice would help maybe auto brewing. And I'm not sure exactly how I would unlock the next tier. Maybe it would be by getting the whole tier sorted out and done. You get the next tier. But I don't think we're going to have time to really properly look into the apothecary. The potion shop. So the potion making place. So I would imagine that you just keep going with all your farms, and that that allows you to always have enough essence to do what you need to do. And I would imagine you'd probably want at least, you might want a full 8 farms so that you're constantly having more and more and more replenishment on your different essences for that. So that might be what, how and why you're doing what you're doing on your farms. That's only a guess though. But this is definitely the game that keeps on giving, and that's where I'm going to end it. So happy harvest. Really cool game. Really opens up. Constantly keeps you thinking, constantly keeps you on your toes, constantly keeps you doing something the whole time. And I've had an absolute blast on it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll let you know when videos like this are out. Hope to see you next time. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.